Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi, and I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks here. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel now. Y'all know that we all support Kyrie on some of the things that he does, but sometimes it becomes very difficult to support Kyrie. As y'all know, things between Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets didn't work out, and he ended up getting traded in a blockbuster deal to the Dallas Mavericks. At the time, of course, a lot of people were hype, and they thought that it was going to be one of the better trades. Even me, I thought that, well, if you pair him with Luka Doncic, you see Luka's carrying that team, you add another scorer in that team, another ball handler, it could only work out well. Well, since Kyrie Irving has joined the Dallas Mavericks, they have a losing record. Before he joined the Dallas Mavericks, they were in the playoffs. As we currently speak, the Dallas Mavericks are the number 11 seed in the Western Conference behind the Thunder, Pelicans, Lakers, and Timberwolves. They are not even in the play-in tournament, nor really sniffing the play-in tournament right at this moment. And it is slowly turning into a disaster in front of our eyes, and that's something that Kyrie Irving admitted, and we're going to get to that a little bit later. As y'all know, last night they played a game. I think they had the lead against the Philadelphia 76ers in Philly, and they ended up losing that game, and it was not a good look. So this morning, while I was doing some research, I came across an article from SI.com that was basically reacting to some comments that an NBA insider had to make, and they're not positive. But before we get into this article, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let me just get into this article here and read what it has to say. Starts off with the headline: Team Killer. Mavs Kyrie Irving out of the NBA next year, predicts shock jock Greg Carton. Dallas Mavericks point guard Kyrie Irving started on this year's All-Star game and is playing at a high level. Yet radio's Craig Carton thinks it's about done in the NBA. Dallas Mavericks All-Star Kyrie Irving has enraptured NBA lovers with breathtaking offensive performances over the course of his 12-year career, but not without also enraging some of those observers. And one of those observers sees Irving's days in the league coming to an abrupt end. This is a team killer right here, said Carton. At least as controversial in his business as Irving is in his. I think Kyrie is out of the league next year. I know the Lakers, because of LeBron James, might be interested, but how many other teams would be willing to commit the type of money he's going to demand? Unless he's willing to suck it up and play on a veteran minimum type deal, which he won't. I think he's going to be out of the league, insinuating that Irving, who just turned 31, may have to capitulate to a veteran's minimum for an odd prediction. A perennial all-star averaging 26.9 points and 5.5 assists needing to settle for such a contract is unfathomable. At the end of the game, after they lost the game, the reporters actually questioned Kyrie, and we're getting this out of fadeawayworld.net, about what happened in that game. And he said, it kind of looks a little bit of a cluster, you know what, right now. So those were Kyrie Irving's comments. Here are my thoughts on the Mavs and Kyrie. First of all, Kyrie Irving has a few reputations for him out there. Number one, there's the drama around him, and some people feel like Kyrie Irving can be toxic to certain teams. He's always going to bring drama wherever he goes. There's some people that think he's a free thinker, social justice warrior, and someone that thinks for himself. And there's a group of people that support him for that. There's some people that also support Kyrie Irving for just because of his basketball ability and the fact that he's able to play at such a high level and dazzle NBA fans, right? But the fact of the matter is this. A lot of us were surprised when Kyrie Irving was traded and we found out that multiple teams were interested in him. And some people said after he got traded to the Dallas Mavericks, they said that he's going to be there auditioning, right? And showing that he can play well and be on his best behavior. The problem now is that the Mavs are losing. And they're 3-7 out of their last 10 games. And what's going to happen is people are going to point to the newest variable. They're going to say, well, wait a minute. Before Kyrie joined this team, they were a playoff team. I think last year they went pretty far in the Western Conference. You add Kyrie Irving to the team, and look what's happening to their record. Now they're the number 11th seed in the Western Conference. That's going to allow people then that may not be fans of Kyrie Irving and think that maybe he's not a locker room guy to come out and say, are we sure other teams want this guy on their roster? And that's how the conversation starts. And at times, Kyrie can be defensive with the media, especially when fans complain. He's like, what do you expect? I mean, like, you should appreciate what we're doing. Those type of things don't sit well with some people, especially people that are quote unquote tastemakers or people that can influence people's opinions in media. So to me, man, if the Mavs end up missing the playoffs this year, I guarantee you some of that is going to fall at the doorstep of Kyrie Irving, whether he likes it or not, whether if he thinks it's fair or unfair. People are not just going to be looking at his production. They're going to be looking at the impact or lack thereof that he had on winning. Now, I don't think he's going to be out of the league, but I think that what's happening in Dallas right now definitely does not help Kyrie Irving's case. So simply the question is this. Do you think after this season, if the Dallas Mavericks don't make the playoffs, do you think Kyrie Irving remains with the Dallas Mavericks? Do you think the Lakers pick him up? Or do you think that, hey, this guy may end up without a contract? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next episode.